Good afternoon, and thank you for the candidates for attending and also the panel members. At this time, we're going to conduct our interview for Las Vegas City Council Ward number 5. At this time, I would like to give special thanks to our sponsors, the Foreign Exchange, Stephanie Phillips, U.S. Senate candidate, Ron Quince, Congressional District number 1 candidate, Richard Cherchio, North Las Vegas City Councilman, and our moderator for this afternoon will be Bob Coffin. He served as Las Vegas City Councilman, Nevada State Senator, Nevada Assemblyman, and International Observer at the Nicaraguan elections. So, brief rundown on how that's going to work. Obviously, we have a large number of candidates. I'm going to have each of you introduce yourselves, what you're running for, and also please explain why you want our endorsement. You will get 30 seconds to do that. Once you hit 15 seconds, you'll get a yellow card from me because time is going to be a constraint in this one. When I put up the red card, I am going to ask you to please stop. Each one of you also, when asked a question, will get 30 seconds to respond to that question. So now I'd like you guys to introduce yourself. And Sheila, let's start with you, please.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sheila Collins, and I'm running for Las Vegas City Council, Ward 5. And the reason why I believe that I should have your endorsement is because I believe in veterans and making sure that they have all the necessities, I apologize for that, and benefits that's available for them when they need it. And so I believe I'm that individual who can make it happen.
Good afternoon. My name is Shondra Summers-Armstrong, and I'm a candidate for Las Vegas City Council, Ward 5. I believe that I am the most uniquely qualified person for this position. Aside from serving in the legislature for 2 terms, I was a military wife, almost 10 years, did 4 years overseas, and served here in the state of Nevada as a military spouse. It's important that I receive your endorsement so that folks in the veterans community understand that I understand where they're coming from and their families, and that I can be of assistance.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Josanna Espejo, and I'm running for City Council, Ward 5. I believe that I am uniquely positioned in this campaign because I have worked for the city of Las Vegas for 11 years now. I have over a decade of built relationships with people there. My father is a veteran, my grandfather was a veteran, and it is very close to our hearts and our families to care for the needs of veterans. And I believe that I am poised in the city to accomplish those programs or necessities that will enhance our ward.
Good afternoon. I am Cameron C.H. Miller, hoping to be your next Las Vegas City Councilman for Ward 5. Bottom line, end of the day, veterans, you have done the work of securing our lifestyle. Some of the most important things that we care about and that we live for in this country and in this city. And I want to make sure that we are providing the right services and the right needs to continue, for you to be able to continue your work from an economic standpoint as you come home and serve in the community. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm Katherine Duncan. I've been living in Las Vegas since 7/7/77, so you already hit the jackpot. I am very concerned about tourism to Ward 5 since we have so little. I believe veterans can play a big part in helping us create more economic development in Ward 5. For example, Sammy Davis Jr., Nat King Cole, and Joe Lewis were all U.S. military veterans, and we've yet to celebrate them. What an opportunity we're missing. So I'm running on an economic development platform, and I believe that the veterans can be the biggest part of that. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Barbara Jones Zangaro. I am the widow of a veteran and who proudly served. I am a candidate for Las Vegas City Council Ward 5 because for the past 11 years, I have been working with homeless people and mostly homeless veterans. And it's very frustrating. People who serve their country are out on the streets without a home.
Okay. Thank you, candidates. I actually, believe it or not, James Jonas, Director of Veterans and Politics, I do not have a question for this group, but I thank you guys all very much for coming today. I'm going to pass on to Andre.
Patsy Brown, Armed Forces Chamber. My question to all of the candidates, with the exception of Joanna and Shondra, because you guys actually already answered my question, is as a city council candidate, have you had prior involvement in local government positions? Simple yes or no answer would be fine.
Barbara Zangaro, no.
No, I have not.
Yes.
Sheila Collins, no.
Good afternoon. Thanks for coming down. I'm Jeff Crampton, representing Veterans in Politics International. And my question for you is going to be, for residents, trust in their elected officials begins and ends with truth, transparency, and perceived availability of access to their council member if needed. But understanding this seems to be all too often uncommon among elected officials. How will you demonstrate to residents that you will be honest, transparent, and available when they need you? And that's for everybody.
I want to start with myself. Again, my name is Sheila Collins. That's a characteristic I already carry. Is having integrity and being available for individuals, especially in community service and all the platforms that I've been part of. So that's a characteristic I already have. And moving into the city council position, that wouldn't be a problem, and the role that I play.
So I've served 2 terms in the Nevada legislature, and my phone number and email are out there, and I'm often receiving inquiries from the community and asking for help and input and assistance and guidance. I think this is just part of who I am. I don't lie well, so there's no need in starting here, and I would make myself available more often now with the city council and with a staff. You can have community meetings, newsletters, and that sort of thing. And so I just think it's part of what we should do as public officials.
I'll take this. Again, my name is Josanna Espejo. I think back about the last decade and how many people I have helped in the city, being available to them in a customer service capacity or in a management capacity, solving their issues when they come in, and being bilingual. So I'm able to help both in English and in Spanish. And it is amazing to me the number of people that are just grateful when you can finally connect with them and they realize that their government is there for them. And I would continue that on into the office. I think that the perception has been there that somehow the councilmen are celebrities or so of sorts, and that's not the case. They need to be available and accessible all the time, and they do have staff to help them with that.
Thank you. I served in the state legislature and the assembly for 2 terms, and I was accessible at that time to my constituents as they reached out. My same phone number that I've had for 20 years is the same phone number that you'll find on my cards, on any media or anything that goes out, and I will continue to be accessible and available to the constituents, even more so in the role of city council, where I will be connecting with them on a daily basis. I also do that in my job at the Urban Chamber of Commerce. I'm always talking to the people in my community.
Thank you. I'm Katherine Duncan. I live on 1001 F Street, and my doors are open all day. Sometimes people even come at night. I serve as the president of our neighborhood association, so I'm already involved with the community. But what I would really like to do is to create a metaverse for Las Vegas Ward 5 so that we can go virtually and find out what's going on federally, statewide, and locally. One of the challenges we've had as citizens is not being able to gain the proper information we need from every level of government. So I'm working really hard on putting together a virtual community action plan to do just that. Thank you.
Hi, Barbara Zangaro, and working with several nonprofits in Ward 5, I go to the people, and it's very easy for everybody to feel like people should come to us. I feel we should go to the people and ask them what their needs are, what their concerns are. There's a senior apartment right by where you live. A lot of concerns of affordable housing. I see a lot of seniors out on the streets. Unacceptable.
Thanks for coming. Matthew DeFalco, Nevada Democratic Veterans and Military Families Caucus. I was Councilman Creer's political director of the last 2 Ward 5 races, and so I'm really excited for the journey of what's to come for you all. There's no race like a Ward 5 race, so best of luck. My question is, Clark County Sheriff Kevin McMahill has proposed establishing a wellness center for police, fire, and medical personnel. This center aims to provide mental health support and a fitness facility for its first responders to address unresolved trauma and promote overall well-being. Will you commit to supporting Sheriff McMahill's initiative to establish the Wellness Center and ensure its effective operation for the benefit of our police officers, firefighters, and medical personnel, a significant number of whom are military veterans, and their physical and mental health? Thank you.
150%.
My son, Jalil, is a Las Vegas Metropolitan Police officer, so absolutely.
I would say 100% I support the idea and the initiative and would like to dive into the actual policy and language that brings that forward to work with my council members to see how we can best support our law enforcement in their mental health and their overall wellness.
Yes, absolutely. I would support that. Currently, 26% of the city's budget goes to support Metro. And I think that it is important then, and it does get increased each year as we go, because the needs and labor costs, everything rises. And so we need to continue to support those initiatives. Supporting your law enforcement helps to lower the crime in your neighborhoods. And so it's very important. It's vitally important to support them from the core, have them mentally stable and healthy so that they can support your citizens.
Yes, I would support the initiative. I have to agree with my colleague that we need to make sure that whatever we're doing is sustainable. And so that we need to look into the funding, how it's funded, and make sure that we're not just doing something for a quick minute or for good press, and then we find out in a couple of years that we haven't planned properly to ensure that it is long-time sustainable.
Absolutely. And let me tell you why. Coming from my background and working on different platforms, we need, first responders and officers to be in their right mind so they can protect and serve. And, it's an overwhelming responsibility. And I am for that because we have neighborhoods that need to be protected.
Veterans in Politics. Actually, you guys answered a lot of my questions, so I'm going to pass it on.
Thank you. Mikey Kelly, Nevada Democratic Veterans and Military Families Caucus. I'm just going to ask a very blunt question because we're veterans. So the question, and a lot of folks, a lot of elected officials don't necessarily come out. I've seen Assemblywoman Summers-Armstrong at many veterans events. Someone that can be called upon. My question to all of you is, can veterans trust that when we pick up the phone and call out to you, that you're going to listen, that you're going to respond and be as receptive to hearing us?
Let me go ahead and answer that. Like the lady on the end, Barbara, a lot of things that I do don't make it to the front line, but I'm always supporting veterans on the back. Homelessness. In my community, there's a lot of homelessness, and there's a lot of veterans that are experiencing that homelessness. So we are always available, and I'm always out there if it's supporting them, providing things, or just, they're saying, ma'am, can you give me an extra $2? Yes.
I'm sorry. Could you just recap your question once again? I'm sorry.
Sure. Basically, what I'm saying is you've been in the community, you've been active in the veterans community, Assemblywoman. My question is to all the candidates, and guess you've been very active in the veterans community. Are you going to continue when you're elected, if you're elected, to be out there in the community, the veterans community?
The answer is absolutely yes, and there are several reasons. One, I told you all before that I'm the wife of a veteran, and when he became ill and needed help, he had a hard time from time to time getting the support that he needed. What is attached to our veterans communities are spouses and children, and when we are not conscious of the needs of the entire family, the continuum of care that has to be had for veterans, we do them a disservice for the work that they did for our country. So yes, I would continue as much as possible to do that work.
Thank you for the question. As I mentioned earlier, my father is a veteran. My grandfather was a veteran. Anytime we donate anything, we think about the veterans first. We know that those causes are super important and that veterans generate their own fundraising, right? There's not a whole lot of programs out there to help. And so what I find in life is that what you prioritize happens. And I will make veterans a priority so that I'm present, I show up, I commit, I deliver. And that is what will make the difference.
I can answer it very simply and just say, yes, I will. I have, and I will.
So I have not been going to a lot of parties, but I do run a nonprofit organization. It's a 501c3, and one of our goals is to never have a veteran homeless. So if you know of any veteran who's homeless, you bring them to Harrison House and we will find a spot for them. That's the work that I do. Thank you.
Well, nice to meet you, and I'm pleased to know that because as, again, the widow of a veteran, I am 100% supportive of veterans. They served for our country. We need to serve for them. They protected our freedoms. And there are many homeless veterans down at the courtyard, and unfortunately, they suffer from PTSD. And there's just a lot of issues that go with that. And I'm willing to help however I can.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Gary White. I'm with the Nevada Democratic Veterans Caucus. I'm going to take you in a different direction. Access. One of the things that we do not have that I have noticed here since I have become a resident of the Valley is a sophisticated transportation system, public transportation system. Don't mention buses to me, please. We need to go better than that. Everybody cannot afford a car. There's many instances where people are stranded in their wards, in their neighborhoods, in their little enclaves. Do you support legislation, and it's going to take a minute, but we need to get it done, for at least a light rail system in the Valley to connect all of the areas, the hospitals, namely on Pecos, and different neighborhoods to get jobs, things of that nature, but you don't have a car. We need a public transportation system like light rail. What do you think?
Let's go ahead and start at this end and work this way this time, please.
I 100% support that. In the Ward 5, where the median income is about $38,000, we need access to better jobs. We need our folks to have the transportation 100%. And you talk about the buses. I would put military people on buses. I think that's an excellent way to help our bus drivers who fear sometimes for their lives. And I'll pass it on.
So I'm a proponent of public transportation. I take the bus whenever I can. What's missing from our buses is communication information on how the bus runs, signage, maps. They're missing from the bus and they're not color coded. There's also initiative to put light rail down Charleston Boulevard already. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but the RTC was just given $8 million to study that transit route. So we're right on board on that. We want to make sure that the community gets some involvement in it so that we can perhaps get a concourse or a station in Ward 5.
As we look at the economic expansion of our community and we look at the sports and entertainment, economic explosion that's happening, right? We got Brightline coming in. So we have rail, high-speed rail that's going to travel people back and forth. We need to be looking at all options that is going to support the economic growth of our community and connect people to jobs and connect our tourists or whoever to the businesses throughout the community and particularly in Ward 5.
So transportation is a function of the RTC, which is under Clark County, not under the city of Las Vegas. Currently, the infrastructure isn't quite there yet. But what we do have in the city of Las Vegas is the Aero Shuttle that takes to over 22 different supportive services, anything from Social Security Administration to social services to, mental health. It's comprehensive and it's 100% free. And people don't know about that, but that's one of those things that I'd like to educate the public about so that they could take advantage of these services the city already offers.
Shondra Summers-Armstrong. I worked at the RTC for 26 years, and I can tell you that many of us have wanted for a long time to have a fixed rail system. But at the cost of $30 million to $100 million per mile, it has shown to be very cost prohibitive. I think we have to talk about it in the future. There's some studying going on, but we still have to have buses and other types of shuttles in collaboration with rail. Paying for it is going to be the challenge, and we have to be honest about the cost.
I'm going to say this real quick. As you know, right now, there's a lot of options. There's bus, there is ride shares. There's so many platforms of transportation. And my perspective would be born and raised in Ward 5 in historic West Las Vegas. As you stated, the median income over there is $25,000. And there are veterans within that ward. And so we can have the conversation to see how can we empower not only the veterans, but everybody across the board in participating, engaging, and bringing economic development to Ward 5. Thank you.
Okay. At this time, I want to thank panel members. Okay, so candidates, I know that was like a lightning round of questions, but we have a lot of we had a lot of panels today. So at this time, I want to make sure that you guys get a little more opportunity to talk. So I'm going to go ahead and extend it to 1 minute each to give a closing statement. Give out everything you want, your contact information, why you're the best person for Ward 5, anything else that might have been left out. I'll give each one of you a minute, and let's change it up a little bit. So we'll start in the middle, go that way, and then we'll go back that way. All right, so a minute apiece.
Thank you. Once again, my name is Josanna Espejo. I am a lifelong resident of Ward 5, and I have raised my family there. I have raised children there. I was educated myself there, and I've been a successful business owner for over 20 years in addition to working for the municipality. I believe that it is truly my community. And I believe that there are an awful lot of people who don't really understand what their government has to offer. They don't really understand that the city has all kinds of programs like the SHIFT program that will help homeowners that are in need of, let's say they bought a home and there were already repairs done, but with no permits. We have funding there to help them. We have funding there to get their engineering plans and help them all the way through inspection. But these are things that people don't know about. I'm here to educate people. I'm here to connect with people so that they can understand that the city of Las Vegas is fighting for them. I also believe that we need to make public safety a priority. If in Ward 5 we are experiencing high crime and blight, then no one is going to want to live there. And we need to revitalize. We need to stay relevant with the other wards so that Ward 5 can continue to be vital for our future.
My name is Shondra Summers-Armstrong, and I'm a candidate for Las Vegas City Council, Ward 5. When I moved to Ward 5 in 1999, one of the first things that I did was get involved with the West Las Vegas Plan. After that, I had the honor of serving to reopen F Street. And after that, I served on the Southern Nevada Economic Community Commission. And after that, the Southern Nevada Regional Housing Authority. The work that needs to be done, that has to be done in our community, I have tried my best to participate in the entire time that I've lived there. I worked at the RTC, and it gave me a wonderful perspective on all the things that we've been talking about today: transportation, access to jobs, redevelopment. Those are things that you have to be uniquely qualified to understand. And I believe that I'm that person. I love my community. I've raised my 3 sons there. I'm willing to do the work, and I have. And this would be a continuation of my love for this community, and I'm ready to get to work. Thank you.
Again, Sheila Collins. I'm running for Las Vegas City Council, Ward 5. Why this is important to me, I have an invested interest. And the invested interest is I was born and raised in the ward. And so it's important to me to see that that ward mirrors the rest of the city that is going on as far as economic development for everybody across the board. So I believe that I'm the best candidate because I'm balanced. I understand that ward coming from there, and I'm compassionate. And that's what's important.
Can you hear me? Oh, there. Thought I cut out. I'm Cameron C.H. Miller, the next Las Vegas City Councilman for Ward 5. And I truly believe that this is the community that has shaped me as a human being. Everything that I do in my life today started on the historic West Side and throughout Ward 5. I have been connected to the ward my entire life, whether I was going to school there or my children were going to school there, or I was doing youth programming there, or I was bringing film training and producing film projects in and around the Ward 5 community. I have seen it thrive in my youth in different parts of Ward 5. I have also seen it decrease and go down in other parts of Ward 5. At the end of the day, we need someone that understands what it looks like to move the ball forward, take advantage of all the economic development that is coming into the city, and prioritize it to happen right in Ward 5, from the historic West Side to the rural preservation areas in the northwest part of the ward. We need to think about and protect and care for all of them, and I am the man for the job.
Thank you. I'm Katherine Duncan, candidate for Las Vegas City Council, Ward 5. My home is open every Saturday morning at 8 o'clock for pancakes. So it has been and it always will be open for pancakes on Saturday morning. I even put some blueberries in the pancakes for you, so I'm accessible. You can reach me at 702-582-7789. I got a new phone number just for this event, and I also have pancake invitation for you. But let me just say that Ward 5 has more federal highway infrastructure than any other ward. And the Federal Highway Commission has admitted that it has done our neighborhood a disservice by bringing the freeway right through our neighborhoods without proper protection. So right now, it's important for us to reach back out to the Federal Highway Administration and mitigate the negative impact that it's had on Ward 5. And there's millions of dollars of funding to do that, and I want to bring those federal funds into Ward 5. We also have challenges with mental health, not because people who grew up in Ward 5 have mental health challenges. We have all of the homeless people in the valley relegated to Ward 5. They're brought over by the police. Everyone brings the homeless people into my neighborhood. So I'm advocating for a mental health facility to be built in my neighborhood to handle this population. We are so willing to help, but we need the help of the churches. So I've tried to do this work for the last 20 years. I've run for every seat there is, city council, state senate, mayor. But now I went back to ministry school, and I'm now a full-fledged minister. So now I'm coming in with God. So we're going to get this historical challenges done through the love of God, and I appreciate all of you. Thank you.
Hi, Barbara Zangaro. You can reach me at bjoneszangaro@gmail.com. Zangaro spelled Zangaro. My phone number is 405-596-6423. You're welcome to call me anytime. And I am angry, I'm frustrated, and I'm disappointed in our current situation. We have thousands of homeless people in Ward 5. We have people setting up tents in front of people's homes. Any homeowner doesn't want that. But what are we going to do with our homeless people? I give it to the city for the courtyard. It's a start, but it's not enough. We have thousands. The courtyard at capacity has 800 beds to serve. There's veterans, there's seniors, there are families with children. How do I know this? I serve them every Monday night, along with other nonprofits who serve food to them on other nights. So please, let's get it done.
Okay, at this time, I want to personally thank the candidates for their appearance. I also want to thank our panel members. Also, special thanks to our sponsors, the Foreign Exchange, Stephanie Phillips, U.S. Senate candidate, Ron Quince, Congressional District #1 candidate, Richard Cherchio, North Las Vegas City Councilman, and also former City Councilman Bob Coffin for being our moderator. With that will conclude our endorsement interview for Las Vegas City Council Board number 5. Thank you.